Okay, I should be live and everything should be working. It's always quite awkward to try and check absolutely everything. I also feel quite self-conscious today. Probably because I have a huge, at least I had a few days ago, I had a huge migraine. And I just do not think that the light that's currently shining on me is flattering. I kind of feel like I have a email mustache, which doesn't help. So that's that. We're gonna continue the Aoi quests, and the last time I was checking, we were following around silly researcher guy. Said he can take his readings. Yes, this location should suffice. Once I finish calibrating my instruments, I will require but a moment to take the necessary measurement. I trust I need not explain that my work can suffer no interruptions, and please stand at the appropriate distance and keep watch for wild beasts. Oh. Sometimes there are just people that you really want to murder. I'm trying to identify which voice this character has. Mostly because I changed my main's appearance and I absolutely cannot stand the voice that I chose, so I want to re-choose my voice. This one, at least for all of the shouts, is a lot better. I see we have both completed our respective tasks. A satisfactory outcome. Though if I could make one suggestion, you might try to dispatch your foes more quietly in the future. I do not like to pick fault, but I really must be allowed to concentrate. Now then, snake mode awaits, shall we? Could you kill stuff more quietly, please? For I must take readings, and this is really difficult. Sure. I don't know if I like the cheer in this character. However, I do hate the cheer on this character less than I hate the fact that my main sounds really inappropriate when she's fighting. Right, about here, yes. As before, I would ask you that you keep an eye out for dangerous beasts as I work. Something about scholars just attracts so many random things. There is absolutely no reason why a level 50 bat, another level 50 bat, and a tree would want to attack that poor man standing over there. I mean, I ran through here multiple times and I have never been attacked by them. Oh, I accidentally triggered little Mousy. Fascinating. These readings are not at all what I expected. Though perhaps that should come as no surprise. I am not given superstition, but there is a queer, almost blasphemous air hereabouts. Let us quit this place and return to Roots Lake. We have one more site to survey. I'm sorry for standing still, I'm just trying to check and make sure that everything's going okay. I do this once in a while. It's because I am streaming all to myself, so I have nobody else to like go, oh yeah, this looks fine. So I have to check myself, it looks fine. It looks like it looks fine. It looks like it looks. Okay, so he's surveying like right in front of the other dungeon for reasons. That's okay, buddy. If that is where you want to survey, that is where you want to survey. Can't force you to survey anywhere else. I switched off mount music for the moment, so you can hear zone music while I'm running on the mount. So it sounds very serene, doesn't it? Blah blah, reading cookie. You stand away cookie, like always. Another one of them, or is that just... It's hard to like see because the rest of the level 33 things around like the exact same thing. Okay, it's 2 then 3. Fair enough. Could you all just gather around? Let me just click a few things and then do this. Do this big round thing. Where it is fun and big and round. We all good, we all good. Hey, scholar! How's scholaring? The data should prove invaluable to... Yeah, gods, what is that stench? Did you slaughter a creep of a Damondoises while my back was turned? Quickly now, do camp tranquil. I will not have my clothing reeking of blood and offal. Those knowledge types are so... Ugh. I can't be involved in combat, you gooey. Gooey swamps everywhere. Where are you? You good? We done? You chose to paddle in the Inker a while longer, I take it. No matter, I took advantage of my unexpected privacy and performed a cursory analysis of my data. It would appear that there has been measurable decrease in Eorzea's ambient ether concentrations since the calamity. However, this data is far from conclusive. We must take additional measurements to confirm my assessment. You actually want to take additional measurements with me? Oh, joy! For our next survey, I would have you escort me to Earth's font. The ambient ether concentrations there are so high that crystalline structures form spontaneously. Consequently, anomalous fluctuations should be much easier to detect. Brilliant, yes? No, don't bother answering. That was rhetorical. Now come along. Aw, that isn't the dungeon. That's just a corner of the map. I thought that, hey, maybe I'll get to do something fun. That doesn't include following this little boy around, but includes killing. And maybe some more killing. Maybe a whole loads of killing. Kind of weird to like measure it over there because that is where the Odin's Aetheryte thing is, isn't it? Were you attuned to go and fight Odin? There's another like Odin that you can fight in the open world, and that Odin is really cool because whoever deals the final blow, he takes the image of that person the next time when he appears. And if he's defeated often, then he appears very strong. But if he's defeated not at all, then his level falls over the times when he appears. So it's quite interesting like that. Wish that they had more fates that were of this type. Well, there is quite an interesting fate in Stormblood as well. It is a fox fate, and from what my people have gathered from our guild like map expeditions, it is a secret fate, meaning it normally does not appear on the map. Could you stop following me by now? Like a silly bee. Thank you. You should be more than familiar with the procedure by now. Pray find a suitable position from which to keep watch while I take measurement. Little measurements, guy. Keep your fighting quiet, guy. You're making too much noise. I'm trying to concentrate, guy. Yes, yes, quite high, yes. Still markedly lower than the historical measurements taken near the end of the 6th Astral Era. Could the presence of a primal account for the difference? Or is there something else? Something else? Something else. Cyan! Cyan, come here, I need you! Oh, hey look, dead bodies. Perfect. Fear not, my friends, help has arrived. There you are, Magnanimous. Hori and I were worried when you and your charge failed to return to the appointed hour. Cut it like a hog, but not by one, no. These wounds were made with a blade. Doesn't look like he put up much of a fight either. Nary a mark on his sword or his shield. I've heard nothing of any Crystal Brave operations in this area. What cause had Wiltrid to come here? What should we do? We will see to the scholar's protection, Magnanimous. Aye, and the boy's remains. You should return to the Rising Stones. The antecedent will want to know what happened here. And so do I. To be fair, I myself ain't very sure about what happened here. It's kinda gonna be a bit weird to report that, oh, things happened when I don't know what those things are. Looks so yellowy. I upped the red so that I at least could have like this healthy peachy glow. But I still look way too yellow. One day I won't look yellow and like people will be amazed. Maybe that's what I'm gonna ask from my husband when I'm away. Can you replace the light bulb, please? Please so much. Because normally, if you have like the natural light, it actually looks a lot better, but because it's winter, natural light's like barely there. It's so dark, even in the middle of the day, and it's so annoying that. Ooh! Somebody has a halo. Did you see a tiny little midget that's trying to become a summoner? But an arcanist, sorry, jobs are exclusive to me, I forgot about that. Ah, found you. Magnanimous? What are you doing here? Didn't mean for her to worry. That's the last thing I wanted. Putting an end to such worries is precisely the reason I'm here, don't you see? I, Tataru, shall become a great and powerful arcanist. And now, at Mistress Tambringham's behest, I must go and complete a special training exercise until we meet again. Okay, where is up? Ooh. Damn it, I should stop yawning. No yawning! No yawning during games, even if it's winter and really tiresome and my house is nice and warm. Greetings and welcome to the Arcanist Guild. Do you require assistance? So, you're acquainted with our newest member. I'm sorry, but to be the bearer of bad news, but I fear young Tataru may not be ideally suited to the study of Arcanima. Nevertheless, she would not be denied and goes now to undertake her first trial, a simulated inspection of 3 crates. A simple task, some may say, but one all Arcanists are expected to complete. A thought occurs to me, why not supervise Tataru's training? You are clearly an accomplished adventurer, and given your relationship with the girl, you seem an ideal person to have at hand. A trial will be conducted at the cliffs south of Zephyr Gate. You need only observe at a distance. Okay, we want to exit from lower decks. Are we currently in the... No, we're not in the upper. Oh, we can't just run through here. Yeah. So many blue mages. I was leveling a blue on my main. I have a video to make about them. It's let's say, a very intriguing class. Let's leave it at that. Yeah, there's a lot of things that I do not like about them. There are some things that are sort of nice about them, but a lot of things that I do not like about them. I want to level it to 50 nonetheless, so that first of all, they're nice and red. Maybe next expansion I'll do review videos on like many classes. Our Azure sees to pirate sport, where she met her shining jewel. For to bring the smuggler's plans to naught, come the lass whom none could fool. Be them would a backdraft, Cut him with a gust, deck him with a downburst. Go, Carbuncle, go! Oh ho ho, are those crates I spy? And this must be a true test. We're ready for them, aren't we, Carbuncle? Ren! Carbuncle! The jellyfish. Come back, Carbuncle, come back! Not even a single rat. Not even a single rat. Ah. Aw, sheep! The sheep are cute. Should have known you'd come, Magnanimous. You needn't say a word, your face says it all. I know you bore witness to my shame. Betrayed by my own Carbuncle and left at the mercy of wild beasts. I must accept the truth. I'll never be a warrior like you or the others. I will inform Mistress Terbuckum of my intention to withdraw from the guild. Arcanima, like so much else, is beyond me. Aww. Sad little baby. Aww. Poor Tataru. And she's so cute! It is. Oh, I shouldn't look at the friggin' selfie channel while streaming. I was like tabbing in to check the quality and I just saw Discord was on selfies and people are like, oh, everybody looks so pretty today, and I'm like, don't say that, I'm feeling very self-conscious. I would fail the selfie channel if I posted it. That is a unique name. Cookie Monster 11. Gerdzomir, stop getting in the way of me talking to people. Ah, back so soon? How fared our fledgling arcanist? Abysmally, Mr. Thorgrim, abysmally, as Magnanimous will testify. I was wrong to become an arcanist. Wrong as usual. I'm completely and utterly unqualified, and I sincerely apologize for wasting your time. Tataru, if that were true, I would not have permitted you to join in the first place. We must all come to accept our limitations, lest our ambitions lead us astray. However, we must not lose sight of our strengths in the process. For example, your exceptional skill with numbers helped you to gain a solid grasp of the fundamentals of Arcanima. Were it not so, you would have struggled to even summon a Carbuncle to your side. In my opinion, the Scions are truly fortunate to have such a capable and good-natured receptionist in their service. Would you not agree? You're too kind, Mistress the Bargum. Though I could not overcome this challenge, I shall take your words to heart and try not to be discouraged. Ah, hello, Victor. I tend to stream later, but I was having quite a good day today. Like, I'm not having a horrible migraine, so I thought I really wanna finish the quests before Heavensward. Sigh, as fetching as these garments are, I fear I shall never don them again. But I can't go back to the Rising Stones without something to show for my time away. Wait, I know what I can do. That is, if you don't mind accompanying me for a little while longer. Wonderful! Then to Costa del Sol we go. It's a bit of a gamble, but I'm confident it will pay off. Do you want some wine or something? Because that's what's in Costa del Sol. It's just like a lot of wine. And some sun. Makes it a great place to live. I was talking about some people about like housing in this game, and I said, oh, my server always has like 2 or 3 spots in Goblet. And people like, who would want to live in that horrible place? I mean, very nice place. And then I realized that because Olda says that it's overcrowded, Goblet always gets perceived as like some sort of slums. Well, because Costa del Sol looks like this, the Mist in the... where my free company house is like perceived as like this haven of wonderness where you can live your romantic paradise. It's kind of weird because the Goblet is actually very nice made. A lot nicer made than Shirogane, which I did visit on my main, and looks very overcrowded. Kind of reminiscent of a lot of actual Asian countries, so they did a good job, I suppose. Yes, this is it. This is where the man at the Drowning Wench told me to look. There is a certain variety of clam which can be harvested this time of year in Bloodshore, one which produces the most marvelous pearls. However, these clams are also coveted by certain wild creatures, and since I fared rather poorly in battle last time, let us be off. Oh, you actually changed to like a swimsuit. That's nice. Well, unfortunately, it cannot be anyone else but me. Would... oh, what's that? There's like a tiny swimming something over there. I wanna... oh, are those fish? Yeah, they are fish. Oh, fish! Yeah, it fell in favor of like Twitch streaming, which I'm as bad at as I am at YouTube. So, you know, it all works out. But this is my hobby, and it's the one thing that I held over the years. Like, this is what I enjoy doing, even if I'm super bad at it. What fortune! I've already found one. Would you be so kind to keep watch while I work? It should only take a moment. Okay, so kill more stuff. I do enjoy having watched for Tataru a lot more than for that snarky old scholar that was like, can you fight a little bit more quietly, please? I'm trying to work here. It's like, I'm not trying to protect your tiny ass. Can you keep your mouth shut? I don't actually know what I'm streaming at. I know that at one point we had to put it down quite a bit because my system couldn't handle it. I could try 720p streaming, but that does like make the quality suffer. Fair, requires somebody to draw by there in the first place. Oh, that's an idea to ask. I'm gonna ask, like, bunch of streamer discords that I'm frequenting, what bitrate and quality settings they're using. God damn it, this thing is very not squishy. Giant eel, could you just like go away? Is there absolutely any reason for you to be fighting me in the shore right now? Isn't there some tasty fish to find or something? Especially when you're so insistent on having a fight to the death. Give you quality options later on. Is that like something gated on their side? Hello? Well fought, magnanimous, well fought. I knew I was right to ask you to come. As for me, I have my prize, a bounty of blood pearls. So named for their reddish hue, they were treasured as wards against dark magics in ancient times. I thought I might make charms for everyone so that no matter where they go, they will always come home. Sort of the power to defend myself and other people in a way. Right? Well, I mustn't keep Flamin waiting. There's work to be done and lots of it. Ooh. I didn't know that. We're to secure provisions for the science in the Luminescent markets. She may have an eye for quality, but I have a nose for bargains. It used to be quite easy when I was like doing WildStar because nobody was doing WildStar. But for Final Fantasy streaming, there's always at least like 40 people. So it doesn't matter, like I'm not gonna be seen. But this is the game that I wanna finish. Like I wanna show it up until the end, including the Shadowbringers and everything. And I'm gonna be coming back to it during patch cycles. And with Shadowbringers, I think we're only gonna reach it the moment expansion pack drops, so that's gonna be very interesting. But I like the water, Satan! I like the water! Oh, you'll be having back the Rising Stones, so pray convey my apologies to the antecedent and tell her that she needn't worry about me. Farewell, magnanimous, and thank you for everything. That sounded rather final, didn't it? How about until we meet again? No, I actually didn't. It's funny, because I used to dress as a goth when I was a teen. And my mother even, like, showed me the game called Gothic. And she said, that was more about your thing, isn't it? And I was like, no, Mom. This is, like, about the actual time period. Can't you read? I used to be so into Oblivion at that point, though. And now, if she knew I was doing video games on the internet, she would be highly disappointed. Exactly. Like the architectural style, time period, a little bit perhaps. I just saw a bunch of men and horses in the pictures back at that point. Oh, orcs and dragons. Is it more strategy or is it more RPG-y? Welcome home, Magnanimous. I gather you found that in Limsa. Poor girl cannot be an Arcanist. My, it sounds as though she had quite an adventure, and while it did not end as she had hoped, I suspect that it will prove to be a valuable experience. I dare say she could have managed without our intervention. Even so, I appreciate you indulging my request. I do actually really like RPGs and I want to pick more of them up for this channel because there's that sort of very long playthrough that I really like. Good! I'm actually feeling quite good today, so I've been streaming quite earlier than normal. Ooh, that word. Classic. I wonder what it means. Does it mean it kinda like Pillars of Eternity? Magnanimous, you're returned, and you seem troubled. Did the role escort shape so? Yeah, I hated escorting the scholar, that's why I seem troubled. Wilfred dead? May have murdered? By the 12, how can that be? I will send word to the Alpinode at once. To Alpinode. He will want to conduct a full investigation and send word to Wilfred's family. Gods, he was just a boy. Who would do this and why? I'll Google it. I really wanna finish Final Fantasy XIV though. Even though it's, in all sense of logic, a very bad decision. Because I am never gonna get seen with this game. Ever! And we have like 2 expansions to go. She looks so sad! Though recent events weigh heavily on our minds, we must needs set them aside for now. We are come to a defining moment in Eorzean history. The grand commemoration of our joint defense of Ishgard, the first time in 15 long years that our people have stood side by side with our neighbors to the north to fight in common cause. This may mark the true rebirth of the Eorzean alliance. Failing that, it should be, at the very least, serve to bring our nations closer together. I think I can deal with Clunky. We have every reason to raise our voices in celebration, do we not? We have bested Verbanians and Asians both. Against desperate odds, we have fought and won. But the primals still plague us, and the Empire still plots our subjugation, and our triumphs, remarkable though they are, were brought at a terrible price. Brave adventurers and allies broken on the steps of faith, and before our eyes, in this very room, our dear friend Monbrita. This is the victory you have wrought, and it is the bitter ashes in my mouth. I would sooner stay here and invite those with more appetite to enjoy the feast in my stead. Though to be fair, with clunky mechanics, Morrowind was something I could never get over. Like, I tried, and I tried, and I tried, and I tried. I really liked the setting though, so I'm kinda happy what they're doing with Elder Scrolls Online, honestly. Because it feels like ZeniMax is respecting the franchise more than Bethesda does, even when they make like lore mistakes. Because they go, wanna see elsewhere? Let's go to elsewhere. Wanna see Somerset Isles? Let's go to Somerset Isles. Let's make more Somerset Isles. Let's make Morrowind. And Bethesda's like, Elder Scrolls 6 in years. We'll use the same engine. Would you like a sandbox battle Fallout? It's like, no! Don't want the sandbox battle Fallout. Yeah, I really liked Oblivion. It was very easy to play. Alas, it is a royal banquet, and all of our allies will be of attendance. It is our duty to present a united front where we might serve as a beacon of hope to all. It seems I have no choice but to take my own advice. I instructed the others to meet us in Oda, and we might make our grand entrance together. Unfortunately, I had to settle for leaving Tatarut and Lamin a note. If they do not return quickly, they will have to settle for whatever leftovers I can smuggle out of the fragrance chamber. Off to the big sorry, magnanimous. Raise a glass for me, eh? Or not. You don't look best pleased, lass. Something on your mind. By the navigator! Wilfred's dead? God damn it! They must have known we'd been rumbled. I mean, or sought it. This past time we had this talk. After our last conversation, I got to thinking about where certain funds were coming from. So I had to dig around on the quiet, and sure enough, found it. Seems a fair bit of coins made its way into the brave scoffers courtesy of Dodo Consortium. A daft name for a business if I ever heard one, which is what first gave me an inkling that something weren't right. So I went through the ledgers again and found another half-dozen donations for organizations with stupid bloody names. Didn't take long to find a common thread, all were owned by the Mirage Trust. Oh, I'll give the bastard credit, he showed us up for the amateurs we were. Short of calling one of business his bloody bribery consortium, I don't know what more he could have done to mock our rules on financial contributions. The gods only know how many men, first and thirds, are taking Telegi's coin. But now we know some of them are, I wager me right eye that they're ones who what did for Wilfred. The earnest young fool had taken to asking the wrong kind of questions. Bound to attract attention he was, should have seen it at the time, but didn't, gods damn me. I'm pretty sure I pronounced everything in there wrong, like I'm just blabbing out his speech. Still, I don't see what Telegi hopes to accomplish. He hid his seam with all the care of a drunk pissing in the wind. No, he's cleverer than this, so we need to be cleverer too. The only way we'll ever repay the debt of blood. We'll purge every one of them traitorous bastards from our ranks. Oh, that you have my word. Very! Or do you mean in gigabytes? Like in the amount of content as an MMO has? Giant. And magnanimous, mind yourself where you're in Oldaya. We'd be heading into a storm, I can smell it. The kind would sweep a man overboard and drag him under before we knows it. Actually, if I wanted its size in gigabytes... properties. Local files... Well, Steam insists that it's 10 gigs. So, like, it isn't massive in size, but it does have a lot of side content, a lot of side quests, a lot of raids. Well, it's an MMO that has been running for, like, 5 years now. So, it would be huge, wouldn't it? We've been in for this run for like a few years now. It's just that I wasn't doing it that often. I was doing like 2 hours every 3 months, which is why it was moving at a snail's pace. And now I'm doing it just in the stream format rather than doing it in the Let's Play format for YouTube, where I have to like divide it into 20-minute segments. So it's moving a lot faster, but it's still like... main story is probably like 400-500 hours. We've been waiting for you, Magnanimous. The celebration is due to begin shortly. I had hoped that we might make our introductions together, but Mistress Bombadil just sent word that you are needed at the quicksand. Quicksand. We will go on ahead, Magnanimous. Pray join us once matters at Quicksand are resolved. Give my regards to Mamadi and let her know I will call upon her anon. Ooh. Okay, I actually thought that I was gonna go like super far, but it's in the same city, so that's thankfully nice. I have 4,500 hours in this game. But that's on mostly on my main character. And I'm trying to like level all the classes and stuff. I feel quite bad when I miss good MMOs of the past. Like, I wish I was there for World of Warcraft when World of Warcraft was in the vanilla, no matter how weird that sounds. I swear, some NPC behind me just sounds like a zombie. I appreciate you dropping in on such short notice, Magnanimous. I know you got places to be, so I won't waste your time. Yeah, I didn't play that much of WoW. I played with my husband at around Cataclysm? Yeah, something really sounds like a zombie behind me. And I'm trying to remember, we didn't play for super long because apparently I kept on having arguments with him while playing World of Warcraft, so I put him off it. And then I came back shortly for Mists of Pandaria because I wanted to level a character alone because I felt like I was completely lost in the world. And we tried coming back a month previous and it threw me off. Because I never came back to a game that felt as old as World of Warcraft. Which is a very weird thing to say. It's like, for some people nostalgia gets them through, but for me I got to compare it to all of the new MMOs that I played since then. And it's just so outdated. I appreciate you dropping in on such short notice. Yeah. You're friends with Crystal Brave by the name of Aliane, aren't you? Former adventurer. Come to think of it, I'm pretty sure you recruited her yourself. Well, anyway, she came around for a meal not long ago, and before she left, she asked me to give you a message. She said others ended up dragging you for the feast. I was to see you got it before you made the grand entrance. Meet me at the station west of the Coffer and Coffin. There's something I must show you. A short message, I'll grant you, but she thought long and hard before picking those words. Barely touched her food, too. Under other circumstances, I've thought those signs of a troubled heart, but something tells me she ain't planning to ask your thoughts on a gentleman caller. Oh, we have bad shit happening. I'm just sad that I wasn't there for Burning Crusade and Wrath of the Lich King because it was my husband's favorite expansions. I am very happy that I was there for Final Fantasy's Heavensward because, to tell you as much, Stormblood's just not as good. And I hope we're not heading for the World of Warcraft way because that would mean that Shadowbringers would be even worse. And I don't want that. I don't want to have already lived through the best times of the game that the game had. It's like, it's a very weird feeling. Like, you're happy that you were there at the best times of the game, but you get to see the game become more popular, but at the same time what it feels to you like a downhill slide. And then you just get upset because you keep on remembering the good old times. So I cannot imagine what it feels like to have been playing World of Warcraft like religiously for the last 14 years, because those ups and downs, you must be so nostalgic for the game that was once there and now is there no more. Which is why, if you're making an MMO, I would actually prefer a new one every decade. There are like classic private servers though. I think Blizzard's classic will be something quite odd. As you stand upon the platform, your thoughts begin to wander, and all too soon the ghosts of comrades lost and enemies slain begin to file by your mind's eye in solemn procession. Clearing your head, you scan the horizon, but see no sign of Aliani. I have a feeling that she either lured me out here or she's dead. Straining your ears to listen, you hear the chatter of Querent and the buzzing of sylphids, but no approaching footfall. Sighing, you bow your head, only to notice the vial lying at your feet. Magnanimous, is that you? What brings you out this way? Lieutenant Aliane? Why no, I haven't seen her about. Had she come this way, I guarantee we would have crossed paths. I must have passed the spot a dozen times. We're to patrol the city's environs on account of the royal banquet. Captain's orders, you understand. Speaking of which, isn't it about to begin? You should be with the other honored guests, enjoying your well-deserved respite. Aye, pray return to Ul'dah, Magnanimous. If chance to meet the lieutenant, I will tell you were here. I have a feeling that she didn't actually want to see me, she wanted me to find the bottle. And you're super suspicious.
Oh, Sultan Tree, hallowed spirit of my line. Through my weakness, the glorious house of Ul has all but disappeared beneath the sands. For want of the strength to raise it up again, it were better that it fall. Forgive me, but I know not what else to do.
My pet summoned and it summoned itself. For reasons. It's like, you observing the Sultana with your Plotto vision? I must be away. Oh, you done observing the Sultana with your Plotto vision? I must return. Ah, crafting people. I actually want to get all my crafters to 70 before Shadowbringers comes out on my main, but I keep on lacking money. I did 3 crafters to 50. And that cost me like 1 million gil. And now I'm trying to get it back before I do that again. Oh, and it didn't help that we had like a dick join our free company. He left after a day, but he also stole our training dummy of all things. Like, he can't even sell it, he could only place it in a house, so I don't know why he did it. But we needed to raise 1 million gil just to get a new training dummy, which was very annoying. But I went to his new free company and said that they have a thief in their midst. I reckoned you head straight to the feast after meeting with Aliane. What's the matter? No appetite? So she wasn't there, but this was, eh? Let's see. Looks to me like an alchemist's vial, but beyond that I can't say. It might be best if you hold on to it for safekeeping, though. Any road, no use worrying about Eliane. I'm sure she'll turn up before too long, and when she does, we'll soon find out what was all in aid of. Besides, you got more important things to think about. Would you believe that while you were away, another message arrived for you? Well, one did. One delivered by the Sultana's handmaiden, no less. Seems her grace desires a private audience. Her handmaiden will meet you on the royal promenade and escort you to the Sultana's chambers. So what are you waiting for? Go then, on, go! You looking at my Vampire the Masquerade?
You needn't trouble yourself so.
Your grace is most kind, but it is no trouble to me. Rather an honor. If your grace is ready, I shall summon the warrior of light.
I am.
Also, do remember, if you see any videos with a lot of views, those came over a very long period of time. Yeah, that's how I met my husband. You see, nightmare creatures were free on emulation sites. And me, not being rich, I was like, yeah, sure, why not? Let me try this. And he was the only other person doing that on YouTube. So I commented on his videos, he commented on mine, tried to help me to run it well.
Everyone looks to be in high spirits.
With good cause.
A common victory may serve to unite even the most unlikely of allies. You've brought us one step closer to a united Eorzea.
Your modesty knows no bounds, Antecedent. Were it not for your efforts, Sir Emmerich would never have become such a steadfast ally. When he convinces his countrymen to rejoin the Alliance, we shall all reap the benefits. Military and economic. I tell you, we are on the cusp of a new era of unity and prosperity. Territorial disputes are all that divide us now. But I have faith that we will find an amicable solution in time.
A lot of people do not remember very obscure games. And I had a lot of fun playing very old, obscure games at some points.
And failing that, I'll have my trusty warrior of light box the ears of all concerned. Speaking of whom...
She will be joining us shortly. A matter at the quicksand required her attention, but it did not sound serious.
Why is everyone wearing a Christmas hat? They're probably not. They're probably like their... How are those things called that Eastern people put? Yeah, turbans! They don't look like turbans, they look like funny hats. The Chamber of Rule. Yeah, from obscure games that I played. There was Shadow Man. Bit less obscured, but something that really got stuck in my memory. Clive Barker's Undying. Yeah, I think most of my subscribers were. If you look at my videos, I've hit 2,000 subscribers very soon. And then my growth kind of stopped. It's okay. Yeah. I do those from time to time, going, is it okay for me to take my channel in this direction? What should I play? You know, because things are fun. Nowadays, I actually get quite a lot of free game keys. From Keymailer and such, like, recently. Despite the fact that I actually own the game. My Time at Porsche sent me a message going, hey, check us out! We're on Steam, we just left early access, and I was like, guys, I made a review on your game. I have it. It's okay. Which is quite cool in a way. Yeah, and the main character kept on saying stock, which is why I remember it a lot. And the environment was very unique. It had like a very unique color palette. There's quite a few games recently that came out that are like emulating Doom-esque like gameplay style, and I'm looking into those as well because they're kind of cool. Thank you for coming, madam. Her Grace is most eager to speak with you. If you require a moment to compose yourself before your audience, you may have it. Or, if you are ready, it would be my honor to escort you to Her Grace's chambers forthwith. It's recommended that you set aside sufficient time for these cutscenes. The next hour is cutscenes. Yeah, I haven't actually played Jericho. I've heard of it. I just haven't played it.
Enter.
I shall.
Your Grace, your guest has arrived.
Pray, come in and take your ease.
Kinda like Redemption is for Vampire the Masquerade.
"'Tis well that the steps of faith held against the Horde."
That reminds me, I promised to finish My Big Sister to Tori-chama, so that is the Let's Play I'm doing after Call of Cthulhu in the regular recorded format. But I'll try and make a list of things that people want me to play. Things that I myself want to play include, like, emulated versions of Harry Potter, PS1, PS2, because I haven't done them. And I like Harry Potter, and it's kind of sad that Harry Potter games aren't, you know, going on right now. What else? I would like to try a... This might be a very bad idea, but a sort of sandboxy game, maybe? Like Garden Paws or My Time at Porsche, maybe. I should go back to The Sims 2. I believe I still have a save, so I need to see how that's doing. But it's a thing you can't actually like do on a big stream because it's a bit... I don't know, it's not very super interesting content to be watching for a long amount of time. And yeah, I should make like a list of big RPGs, because that is the thing that I want. But I need to finish Final Fantasy. And me personally, I would love to do Elder Scrolls Online. However, that is a huge undertaking. It's like this game, but all over again. Which would take years. So it might not be a good idea.
And what of the city proper?
We sustained some few losses, but the heart of our nation yet beats with vigor. I am not certain I could say the same had we not received your most generous aid.
But it's a bad idea, E1000. Gothic is a better idea. Heck, Pillars of Eternity is a better idea. I haven't finished that on my own. Should have. But then you get like 70 hours in and then your computer explodes and then you just lose the interest to redo it all.
An attack on Ishgard is an attack on the realm. We stand together or fall divided.
Such noble words after the fact.
Yeah, nobody wanted to actually help Ishgard. They were like...
I had hoped to speak in the presence of her grace, but it seems she has been delayed. That being the case, now would seem as good a time as any. Honored friends, pray allow me to convey Ishgard's warmest gratitude for your part in the defense of our lands. 'Tis upon the success of this very alliance that my recommendation to throw open the gates of judgment shall be founded. With the blessing of the Archbishop, it is my hope that Ishgard will soon be reunited with her long-estranged sister nations, and that Eorzea shall once more be as one.
Yeah, there are a lot of smaller games that I could do, instead of doing like a huge MMO.
Very well.
Is aught amiss?
Nothing to worry about. I shall return anon.
Everything to worry about. Everything to worry about! I'm having a migraine week, and today I woke up without it. So that was amazing!
You Hase?
So, tomorrow I may stream depending on how I feel, or the migraine may be back. I am also really worried about traveling back home. It's in February 7th to 14th. So I'm not actually acting all myself for the last month, and I think people may have noticed. I am deathly afraid of planes. I hate the fact that I will not have a room to stay in. I'll be sleeping on the kitchen floor, essentially. Because my sister now occupies my room. I don't know how to act with a 6-year-old sister that I have only interacted with when she was a baby. And it's gonna be an intriguing experience. I'm also only taking my phone. So I'll have no access to practically anything. Outside of I will be able to dictate to my husband, upload Call of Cthulhu every day. Make sure you do this. Camping on the kitchen floor. Yeah.
Go.
I left for England. It was actually very eventful for my family when I left for England to live with my now husband. At that point was boyfriend, and I was coming here to studying, even though I was intending to stay, but I haven't told anybody. My husband's boyfriend, which is my sister's father, had a brain aneurysm that month that I was due to fly off. My mother was good 6 months pregnant. And I flew off. I don't know how they managed it, but they managed to survive that, so that's nice. And now that I'm returning, my auntie has died of brain cancer. Kitchen fort.
Your Grace.
Yeah! Life is like one big oof.
As to the reason for this private audience. The matter I would discuss, however, will soon make apparent the need for discretion. I intend to abdicate the throne and dissolve the monarchy.
I am 24 and I'm soon turning 25. I left to study when I was 18. I met my now husband when I was turning 16.
You have seen for yourself the storm of turmoil that howls through our streets. The government fails in its responsibilities, and my subjects suffer the consequences of our incompetence. But I will see them suffer no longer. The victory feast shall provide the stage on which I declare the dissolution of the Sultanate. 'Tis mine intent that the ruling class of our golden city should take its place beside the common man in a fair and equitable republic. No more shall this nation bow to the whims of a privileged few. Yet, that which I propose will entail the tearing up of this city's very foundations. And even Roban, with all his strength and influence, will be hard-pressed to keep his footing on such treacherous ground. Thus would I ask you to lend him a steadying hand. You who have endured the wrath of innumerable foes are the one hero in whom I can place my trust. Will you do this thing for me?
Oh, she looks so
I am
happy.
truly grateful. More grateful.
See ya,
than I can
1000.
express. Much of my dread for the coming days has been quieted.
Yeah, it helped that my country lagged behind. My husband is 30 and we practically grew up with the exact same things because I was in an Eastern European country where trends just came later. Welcome to the shitstorm that is the start of Heavensward. And everything starts happening at a stupid pace.
Your Grace!
She was about to abdicate her throne. She was gonna make her country into a democracy. So she had to go. And it wasn't us that did it, but this is a setup. Oh yeah, it's...
Grace, the Sultana.
Speaking of PC culture, actually quite a lot of Europe is not that into it. I mean, when I talk with Americans, it's very common for me to hear for them to identifying with their race and with a pronoun and with a gender. If I'm in UK, it's actually a lot rarer to hear somebody introduced by a gender and tell you their sexual orientation. If you would go to an Eastern Europe country, that's unheard of. Hey, Anerba! Sultana just died.
Poison in her wine? You did this!
I don't know how much prevalent that is in France. I'm not actually tracking French events
Your
that much.
denials! I see no other suspects, and the room has but the one entrance.
Do you think I served the wine, mate?
Men, arrest this viper!
Sir, barring a few exceptions, we have detained all those with allegiance to the Scions. The Rising Stones is also under our control.
Remember when we made a character with that super easy character creator? Because I remember. The only thing that I might want you to help me with at some point is the... how is it called? Stats? I'll probably just give you my character and go, give me good stats! They don't think that it's stupid to think that it's, you know, to make me do it. And this shitstorm is happening. And if you need to run an errand, you should probably run an errand. Okay, give me stupid stats. Just give me stats.
And
but I'm not doing my character for a while.
With this mutiny.
I want to be invited to the game first and given a sheet to begin with.
We've striven for all along, Commander. The salvation of Eorzea.
What is the meaning of this?
Knights from the homeland. This cannot bode well.
Lord Commander, we have received an urgent message from the Holy See.
Amarba? See that comment over there? About the Discord server? Yeah, I'm gonna be sharing my private Discord server where a lot of our friends are, but Anarba needs to make a bloody bot. He needs to make a bloody bot that just assigns a basic role that allows people to see, like, the hangout, the playroom, and, like, the streaming channel. You did the bot! Did you the bot? Is it... Oh, okay, so you cleaned up. The bot's not there yet. Yeah, once Narba sorts out the bot, what will happen is people will be invited into my own personal Discord that already has people around, like Narbs and my husband. And you'll be able to see and chat in 3 channels, with channels pertaining to our private free company, to our tabletop stuff, and so on being hidden. So the moment that's sorted out, I can direct to an already populated, you know, Discord with people that I already like to have fun conversations with.
I am grieved to report that your serpentine foes have resumed their assault. Needless to say, your presence is urgently required. These knights have come to bear you swiftly home to Ishgard.
A surprise attack?
We've had no such word from our men, and the timing is most fortuitous to catch us away from the city.
Most fortuitous indeed.
Lord Commander, we must away!
You have been a most gracious host. I hope that I might one day return the favor. Come, Lucia.
I'll do like an announcement video when that's up. Yeah, I'll start actually posting streams to our Discord when I know that there's people that want to see the streams. And not just the Narba and other people that might get annoyed with Myrta always posting her streams. Was he flirting with a cat lady?
Ah, the ever-dutiful brass blades. I must apologize, but my dance card is rather full. Another time, perhaps?
Thancred, of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. You stand accused of committing acts of espionage in service to the Garlean Empire.
Espionage? What in the seven hells are you talking about? Ah. If you're referring to that business with the Ultima weapon, then you must understand, I wasn't myself.
Under interrogation, an Imperial prisoner revealed your involvement in numerous dealings with the enemy. We've also been investigating reports that you are a practitioner of forbidden arts.
You mean ninjutsu?
Best come along with us.
Because that's not very... I don't... Wait...
You invite me to your party and now you want me to...
That's not very forbidden.
I do so detest receiving mixed signals.
I wonder if they purr. Wouldn't that be very weird to hear from like a humanoid creature purr?
Come then. I believe I've lost my appetite for this farce of a celebration.
Can I pet you? I want to see if you purr.
You go too far, Lord Adeleji. By what right do you march armed soldiers into a royal banquet and eject state visitors without her grace's consent? You treat the brass blades as your personal army and show contempt for the throne with your every act. Leave us, now.
Is that an order, General? Mayhap you have mistaken me for one of your flames. You will find I am not so slavishly obedient. As you lecture me on personal armies. As for your outrageous claim that I have shown contempt for the throne, let all here observe that it was not I who feasted while an assassin removed its occupant.
This is the point where Raban goes a bit kooky. I feel very, very, very sorry for him.
I expect this is your idea of defending the nation, is it? This and diluting our forces through these distractions in Cartano and Kurthis. I do begin to see how the ranks of the Immortal Flames came to be riddled with Garlean sympathizers. You are plainly unfit for command.
Wait, goddamn you. Your words make no sense. What assassin?
You mean to say you don't know? We caught the vaunted champion of the Scions in her Grace's private chambers, not moments after the deed was done.
And they blame the murder on me.
No, this cannot be!
Save your breath. You will need it to plead your case. You and your entire order are to be tried for this atrocity.
Oh, and he's so smug.
Prisoner.
This woman stands accused of poisoning Her Royal Majesty Nanamu ul Namo and is suspected accessories to the crime. All members of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn will be detained for questioning.
This is madness!
What a pity. Who'd have thought your tale would end like this?
You can always buy that Minfilia outfit and wear the boobs yourself.
Should you demand further proof, a vial with traces of the substance used to poison her grace was found upon the assassin's person.
How very convenient.
You would speak of convenience? Who persuaded her grace to host this celebration? A diversion which presented you and your confederates ample opportunity to commit the crime, and a crowd within which to fade from view. A more convenient occasion I could scarcely imagine.
How dare you! After all we have done for Uldar!
Hold your tongue, witch! I'll not be ensorcelled! I know all about the dark gift that you and your disciples wield. Oh yes, I've observed how you worked upon the minds of the Alliance leaders, bending them to your will. And what of your cordial relationship with Sir Emmerich? For years, Ishgard abjured all contact with the outside world, and now the Lord Commander of the Temple Knights treats you with the familiarity of a childhood friend. I'll tell you what I think. I think this desperate defense of Ishgard was but a ruse to deceive us into dividing our forces.
I want to strangle him so bad right now.
Charm your Kurthan allies into invading our lands. Now that is truly ridiculous.
How do you even think of this stuff?
Would be so much spoilers, but you're gonna see at the end of Stormblood the main characters of this game have changed so much, and so many, like, gone. So it's just amazing to review the cutscenes and where they're still the way that they were just before. A lot of them won't be the way that they were anymore. Including our dear old Raban. I feel so sorry for.
I want to see the Sultana.
Spare yourself the pain, brother. I saw her with my own eyes. For a mercy, the poison took her swiftly. Her handmaiden can attest to that.
This cannot be. Nanamo. Nanamo. No!
And he is, right dick he is, and he comes back
Can no longer be relied upon to keep our nation safe.
at the end of Heavensward. Oh, he comes back.
Of the Syndicate to govern Uldar. But should you wish to help us, General, we would be more than happy to entrust the task of planning Her Grace's funeral to you. It seems only right that you should bury your precious Sultana, and we will be glad to be rid of that burden.
Ah, you snapped him.
I'll bet you will. You more than any man.
Oh, you snapped him.
Whatever do you mean?
I mean you had her killed, you black-hearted bastard!
What rot! Though I did have sufficient motive, 'tis true. That young lady caused me no end of grief. She always was a most unwilling puppet. I dare say Her Grace was grateful that someone thought to cut her strings.
You would mock her, then mock her from hell!
What?
Oh yeah, I did a few of the talkie videos. I didn't do them very often though.
Have you lost your mind, General? It is forbidden to draw steel in the royal chambers, much less slaughter our fellow syndicate members. You're one of them! You've been in league with the Scions all along!
You're next, you scheming bastard!
Goodbye, arm.
Oh, Raban!
Oh, but Kanye didn't give a shit that a Lalafell just died in front of her, but Raban losing an arm, now that's something.
Admiral, we must leave.
That was underhanded. He may need a hand. Let me hand you that sword.
I did not expect to take your arm so easily.
Take the Scions into custody. They have conspired to commit regicide.
It goes 0 to 100. Right before the entrance to the
and arrest
expansion.
The traitor as well.
Unarmed.
Ilbert, I hope you choke on their coin.
'Tis better than the dirt I've supped on these long years. We can't all abandon Alamigo and become great war heroes as you have. You are not the man you once were, Raban. Since that girl strapped the yoke around your neck, you've become docile. She took the mad bull and cut off his balls, and a bull that cannot rot is fit for naught but slaughter.
I'm just amazed that he's not bleeding to death right now.
Shall I tell you who really killed your precious Sultana? It was me.
You die! I never doubted you, not for a moment. But there is more to this than I yet understand. Flee this place. Clear your names. Find out who is behind this plot. It is the only way. Now go!
Raban is one of my favorite characters of Final Fantasy XIV for his loyalty and for this scene and for just how good he is at fighting with one hand.
Ah, there you are.
Yeah, it's like...
Where have you been?
40 minutes of a single cutscene the Final Fantasy way. It has several of these.
Avoiding the fumbling advances of some very persistent admirers.
Oh yeah, during Stormblood there was this event that people called Ruban Extreme. Because in order to get the quest, you had to talk with Ruban and then you would enter an instance. The instance would play a cutscene, but then, because so many people were trying to do it at the same time, it would fail. The server was just bottlenecked. So you had people doing various things. They attempted to form queues, but most people would still be like spamming at the front, and because multiple servers were using the exact same like instance servers, forming a queue on one server did nothing if the others didn't also form a queue. So it was just like a day of nobody being able to progress past that story point. So people always refer to it as the Ruban Extreme. And me and some of my guildmates actually waited long enough at about 1 AM. Enough people logged off for us to suddenly be able to just flood through. And they were like, oh, we reduced the limits on instances because we saw that there's less population there. But the same issue repeated the next day and for 4 days from there. It was death of cutscenes.
When I realized the celebrations had turned sour, it seemed prudent to slip away and take stock of the situation.
And I was so excited to play like the expansion pack at that point. I was so mad because I had very few days to do so, and I was so mad. Yeah, I got in like the middle of the night.
'Twould appear that much of the city is already under tight guard. It occurs to me that expanding the Brass Blade's authority may not have been such a wonderful idea after all.
The success of this plan was contingent upon those thugs having the run of the place. Just how long has this scheme been in motion?
The careful preparations, the maneuvering of forces. I am inclined to agree with the General's insistence that a deeper plot exists here.
So, would I be right in thinking we now have an excuse to pummel as many brass blades as we like?
Unless you plan on pummeling them all, I'm not sure that will greatly aid our cause.
The Sultana's assassination was but one part of the scheme. We too were its targets. And though we did not share Ponanimo's fate, we are yet hobbled by the charges laid at our door. Where now might we seek refuge?
Where indeed, we may safely assume that our foe is thought to have the Rising Stones watched.
Forgive me for stating the obvious, but our choice of destination will matter little if we cannot secure an escape route out of Ul'dah. Happily, I believe I can provide one. Papashan once told me about the passages hidden in the walls of the palace. If I recall correctly, the fireplace in Animo's chambers conceals the entrance to a tunnel.
I started out as a hobbit.
Outside the city and allow us to avoid any messy confrontations.
This is where scions start to get split up. And their fate remains unclear for a very long time.
The rest of you go on ahead. I'll handle this lot.
By yourself? I suppose I shall just have to join you.
Crystal Braves too, huh? Now this should be interesting.
Ida! Papalimo!
We will hold our pursuers here. Hurry, now! Find this tunnel of Thancreds.
Minfilia, don't be an idiot.
Minfilia, we cannot linger.
No, I got used to this. Like, every MMO has its own quirk. And this one is a soap opera. It is. It has one long story that everyone's forced to do, and it's a bloody soap opera. And that's part of why I really like it. And like I said, we're entering an hour-long cutscene. They warn you before you enter those. There's always a warning of set aside sufficient time. Yeah, you're about to watch a really, really, really long cutscene.
Now look what you've done.
Ida, are you all right? There are just too many of them.
I'm fine. I could do this all day. How about you?
Nearing the end of my tether.
Those two were determined to hold all of them off with their lives.
This is so stupid. We're the scions of the Seventh Dawn. The ones who stand between this realm and the evil that's trying to destroy it.
Good. Whichever Final Fantasy game you're playing, I hope you're enjoying it. Good. Go and do the story, man. It's really long, but it pays off. Movie gay, what's the difference?
Eorzea to the likes of your masters, then you're sorely mistaken.
Sorry I dragged you into this, Popalimo.
'Tis hardly the first time, and I'll be damned if it will be the last.
Ew. Give it to the Final Fantasy team. They will make it a cutscene.
Let them have it, Ida.
I was hoping you'd say that.
This is also one of the reasons why I tell people, whatever you do, do not skip the story in this game. Do not skip the story in this game.
I never knew such a watercourse existed beneath Uldar.
The architecture is of the Sildine style, if I'm not mistaken. The ancients plainly foresaw the need for a ready means of escape.
Yeah, our current guild leader was like, I don't like stories. I like to kill things. So they skipped most of this.
This way!
Well, that didn't take long. It seems these tunnels were not as secret as I had hoped.
You two, go on ahead. Thancred and I will deal with this.
What do you mean to do?
Only that which is required to ensure that the dawn's light survive to brighten the morrow.
Fear not, antecedent. You haven't seen the last of these fair features.
So these two now split.
My friends.
And she's very upset about it. See you, Narba.
Leave us.
This is like my favorite Final Fantasy game. I've played a few. I think I played 8, but not for a very long time because I just kind of lost interest. I played World of Final Fantasy, which was kind of okay, but then I also lost interest. It's almost like RPGs this big require me to have an audience to finish unless it's an MMO with cutscenes like these, in which case I spend 4.5k hours in them.
Numbers will count for little when I bring the tunnel down upon their heads. Though I cannot say I relish the thought of being entombed with you for all eternity.
You wound me. I will have you know that many a maid would kill for the chance to spend forever at my side. Now, may I have the last dance? Well, this is going splendidly. Now would be a good time, milady!
'Tis done.
There was so much sacrifice just to get me out.
Forgive me, Mitra.
Farewell, Nymphalia.
Just to end it on a lighter note, not all of it is permanent. Not everyone that dies. If we don't see them dying,
She speaks to me.
often it means that they just didn't die. Not all of them stay dead. Some of them die later on as well. So it's not all bad. It's just super dramatic in
I
the
must
moment.
remain behind, but you cannot stay with me. Please, you must go on. You are the warrior of light. You are hope for the Scions and for all the realm. As long as your flame continues to burn, the light of the dawn may ever be relit. You must escape and save Eorzea from those who would plunge it into darkness. Tis the only way.
Thinking about this speech, I feel like at the start of Shadowbringers somebody will start yelling at me, "You must save the world from exploding into light. You must restore the balance." And there I go, alone. There I go. Fun fact, if we teleported back into Ul'dah right now, nobody would attack me. I think they just don't recognize you when you're you know, outside of the plot. That is Roban's adoptive son, by the way.
I am glad to see you safe, my friend. What of the others?
Dead or gone.
Damn that man! Taleji played me for a fool! I thought the Crystal Brave's mine till the very moment I felt the blade at my back.
There will be ample time for soul-searching later. For now, we must put some arms between us and Ul'dah.
Well, would you look who it is? Need a ride? I doubt it'll be half as exciting as the last trip we took. Not if I have anything to say about it anyway. Let's not dawdle, eh? All aboard!
Kind people pulling us out. We're repeating the same journey that we took. Actually, we took a boat. If you start in Gridania, you have a journey where you sit in a wagon. Couple of people to arrive in. And this is like mirror for mirror, except that the situation is a lot more grave now. And obviously there's a lot of different people in the wagon.
I was stocking up on supplies over in Vesper Bay, you see, when your sister come up and begged a favour. Said her brother was having some trouble down in Ul'dah, and likely needed a helping hand getting away.
Yeah, I made the tallest character possible. Female Rogadin, male Rogadins are the same size. And my other character, I have currently used the race change to change her into a tallest elf lady possible, which was something that I did not do before. So I have two really giant characters at this moment.
Thinking them ruins would make a fine hiding place, I decided to try there first. And lo and behold, there you were. Aye, and judging by them soldiers as were pouring out of the city, I arrived not a moment too soon. Ha! Must have been fate that we happened to find you there, though, eh?
Ah!
I had thought to look out for Alize, but would appear she was the one watching over me. I've made such a mess of things.
It's okay, she forgives you. Death by snow. Yeah, I could fuck many men to death.
And who might you be, young sir?
Pippin Taropin, Vice Marshal of the Immortal Flames. I had been on the Alamegan front these past few moons, but an urgent communication called me back to Ul'dah. Scarce had my boots touched the cobbles, though, when the streets erupted with cries of assassination. I immediately went in search of answers, and came across Master Alphino here. Needless to say, I did not think his imprisonment justified. The blame plainly lies with the Monitarists. Their greed and corruption are well known to me, but for them to take advantage of the situation with such alacrity...
Was that Pippin, you said? Ain't that the name of General Alden's lad?
Yes, I am his son. Adopted, of course. 'Twas only as we were leaving Ul'dah that I learned of father's fate.
Boots! Butsu!
Once I have seen you a safe distance away, I mean to return to the city and extricate him from this madness.
Then you needn't travel no further than Blackbrush. Our fugitives have a friend waiting for them there.
They're Lalafell and they were in Final Fantasy XI as well, except that they looked a little bit more wooden. I think their race name in 11 was something like Taru Taru. Hence why the receptionist is the Taru.
I dreamed of bringing about Eorzea's salvation, but in the end...
In the end, I moped and moped.
'Twas I who needed saving.
I should stop licking a cream egg on camera. It might look really weird. It's just so tasty. Them soldiers keep searching for a while yet. I reckon we'll take the carriage back towards Ulta and get the lay of the land. May provide a distraction if need be. You three wait here. I'll be along shortly. Stay strong, friends. The real fight's to come. Similarly weird. Normally people don't stick their tongues on camera. Ah, we emerge from the cutscene. That did take an hour. And off into a cutscene we go! But no, this one's a short one. The most unassuming folk can prove to be our greatest allies. The fellow was but a passing merchant, yet he lent us aid without a moment's hesitation or any hint of concern for his own safety. I mean, some people have very different streaming styles to me. I know girls that just sit there and like talk for an hour while being a boob lady. Some people apparently masturbate on camera. Though I can well imagine how a man could feel inspired to risk all in your presence. Father spoke often of you, Magnanimous, and long have I looked forward to our first meeting. Needless to say, this is not all how I envisioned it. Master Alpinode, you must not give in to despair. That would only play into our enemy's hands. So long as you and Magnanimous are free, we may still set things right. Yeah! She didn't know that the camera was rolling. And some people are like, oh damn, yeah, my bra's really itchy. And it's like, yes, because you're trying to buy a boob bra. Try and buy a nice cloth bra that just feels very pleasant. Forgive me, Tupin Eye. Alpinode, my boy! Sorry to keep you waiting. Sid, what are you doing here? Pulling you out of the fire, as usual. Your merchant friend told me everything. Truly? Then he is no merchant but an angel in peddler's clothing. But tell us, how do you intend to bear friends to safety? I hid the Enterprise, but a short distance away. All I need is a destination. We must find a place beyond the reach of both the Monetarists and the Crystal Braves. Coerthus! Ishgard will not suffer the intrusion of foreign forces in their territory. That settles it. With me, everybody. Not I fear. I must remain here. I dare not abandon Ulda to the Monetarists and their cronies. You may be certain that they will seek to defame you, both here and in the other city-states. But know that I shall do my utmost to thwart their every effort. See you, Victor. We're actually like approaching close to the end of the stream. I'm just like wrapping up Realm Reborn. And I'm gonna leave entering Heavensward for the next episode. And I think I'm gonna like split them into different playlists. Look for her, tube. Marshal Terrapin, I know not what to say. Ah, now that father would labor to believe, but enough talk. You must go, Master Alpinode. Your airship awaits. It's my tube. My tube. Up, up! There's no rest for the righteous. I think there's a tiny bit of running around before you can actually enter Heavensward. It would probably approximate that to 10 minutes, maybe a bit more. I'm gonna end like at the gates of Ishgard. The moment the game tells me to go through the gates of Ishgard, I'm gonna stop there. Because technically Heavensward starts there. And it's gonna get a bit confusing because I'm gonna put streams of coils into Final Fantasy Realm Reborn playlist and Heavensward stuff into Heavensward playlist. I'm gonna continue numbering these upwards. But if it skips a number, you know it's because I'm revisiting an old raid. We should make for Camp Dragonhead and speak with Lord Hoshefant. Mayhap he will know what to do. Everything is so dreary quiet. I was about to ask, can you hear that? But obviously you can't. It's like the game knows that it's a bad point. And we get the dreadful music. Thanks, dreadful music! Thanks for never going away. There is no other zone that sounds as bad as this one. Ah, stop getting in my way, Midgardsormir. Master Alpinode told me your tale, magnanimous. It warms my heart that you should turn to me before all others, and I shall endeavor to deserve your trust. Alas, the situation here has grown a bit more complicated in your absence. It would be best if I explained in full.
There has been word from the capital. Ishgard has weathered another assault. And 'tis said several wyverns broke through into the city proper.
Ouch!
The temple knights succeeded in slaying the beasts, but the intrusion prompted orders to further strengthen the guard, and to place the city under a perpetual state of alert. How keenly we feel the loss of our wards at the gates of judgment. Yet we must not bemoan our misfortune. Sir Emmerich is safely returned from Ul'dah, and
Whoops! Once more he leads the defense in Ishgard.
I am afraid no progress will be made until the threat to our nation is diminished.
Could I go and help you diminish the threat?
You are not without allies. You are more than welcome to shelter here for as long as you wish. Pray, think of it as a new headquarters of sorts. The Falling Snows, or some such.
The Falling Snows.
All frivolity aside, any who come here in search of you will receive no aid from House Forton. For once, the Ishgardian reputation for inhospitality shall work in our favor. Agents of Uldar will find their every inquiry dismissed, and their every request for entry rebuffed, until such time as their masters have acknowledged your innocence.
No, I'm fine. It's just my legs are starting to really hurt.
You once fought to preserve the honor of my dear friend. 'Tis a blessing that I may now repay that debt in kind. But let us dwell no more on this. Pray, join the rest of your companions.
Rest of my companions.
It is bitterly cold this day. I suspect there are those who might welcome the warmth your presence brings.
For Temsu Gardu, I do believe we have one more person that is here, and that would be the Taru. I let you. Wait, what did you say? I'm gonna quickly Google. Do we enter Ishgard through this or not? I believe we might. I don't think so. Go Googling. No, we fine with this one actually. We can watch another 10-minute long cutscene. It's not an hour long this time. It's not an hour long this time. Alpinode, Magnanimous, is it really you? Oh, I'm so happy that you're... Yeah, she thought that everybody was dead. I tried contacting Minfilia and the others, but no one would respond. And then Crystal Braves, our own people, turned on us in the marketplace. Fleeman told me to run, and so I did. I ran until my lungs burned and my feet ached, but I lost my way, and then... Fortunately, I had observed some of the Braves behaving suspiciously beforehand. Thank you! Thank you for following! Oh yes, my mask. It was lost in the struggle. She's a Nora! She's a Nora! And that was the race reveal for the expansion. You know how she was all with that net and everything, and she looked pretty normal, except that she has horns. Anyway, after Yugiri found me, we traveled to Vesper Bay and met up with the Reanger. When we told him what happened, he used his magics to weave a glamour around the Waking Sands. From the outside, their old headquarters now looks like an abandoned storehouse. The transformation didn't take long either. Apparently, Uriangers started making preparations after the Imperial attack, just in case the Empire ever chose to pay us another visit. Good thing, eh? Ah, thank you! Sorry, where was I? Oh yes, so we waited there at Walking Sands, hoping others would come, but no one else did. Hey, Tenchi! Thank you for dropping by! My people are searching for the other science even as we speak, but we have met with no successes as of yet. I had hoped that you might be able to suggest further places to look. Ah, but you should know, the Rising Stones did not share the Waking Sands' good fortune. Our only Crystal Braves await you there. Well, thank you for lurking. And yeah, I'm giant compared to the tiny Aura girl. Oh, and we're soon gonna have bunny people, so that's gonna be cool. But that isn't nay, we have yet cause to hope, do we not? If the two of you escaped, it is not impossible that the others could have done so as well. What's your server? You may have been forsaken by men and women, believe true, but rest assured that the people of Doma stand with you. We welcome this opportunity to repay our debts and shall continue our efforts to locate others and see the science restored to their rightful place of honor. How am I not stepping on people? Wait. They're pretty huge. I mean, if you... I'm on Ragnarok. Is Genova an American server? Oh.
Myself, the only one who truly understood Eorzea's woes. And look what that arrogance has wrought.
Alpinode acts like that for a lot of the expansion. It's like a growing moment for him. That sounds absolutely incredibly cute.
I gave commands, influenced governments with my certainty.
I used to be the owner of the guild The Unknowns on Odin. I am now in the guild called Legacy on Ragnarok, and Legacy's all purpose is to be a place for the refugees of Wildstar. But we're kinda expanding into other people as well. The first person we expanded to, though, stole our freaking housing dummy and ran away. So yesterday we spent like the whole day doing maps to get the funds to get the dummy back. So that was a fun experience.
I treated the Crystal Braves and even the Scions themselves as pawns in my great scheme to save the realm. But in my headlong rush into imagined glory, I paid no heed to the ground upon which I trod.
It's such a furniture item as well to steal that we haven't noticed that they stole it for quite a while. And then after a raid night, one of our people were like, "But where's my dummy? I was attached to that dummy." And we're like, "Wait, what? Dummy missing?" Ah, thank you! Ah, that makes me happy. Okay, so you're still moping.
The salvation of Eorzea. What was it that I hoped to achieve? Did I believe that I could rid the realm of every danger and difficulty? That I could defeat the Empire and the Ascians? And find homes for every refugee?
Well, Alpinode, if you would have had succeeded, we would no longer have a game. The main story would have ended and we would have lived happily ever after. And considering that I somehow appear in people's most needed moments, I think I would go poof like a magical fairy and disappear from everyone's memory once again.
Oh yes, I was so very clever. Become a guardian of Eorzea, I implored, and sat back to watch my perfect army cleanse the land of chaos. It was all but a means to feed my own vanity. Only when all is lost do I finally realize the truth.
Oh, Alphino.
Aww. I sometimes forget how cute Tataru sounds because they don't actually use a voice actor for her that often. Any more friends? No, just tea. Or is that hot cocoa?
So, Master Alphino, are you content to remain a broken blade? Is there no flame hot enough to reforge you?
That sounds like you're making fun out of him. I don't know why.
Companions who yet stand at your side. I dare say the fires of their determination will soon have you slicing the air again with your customary wit.
I hardly deserve such friendship. And besides, where are we to go?
Here! We're just gonna stay in Quartha's Central Highlands for forever!
Alphino, if I may?
Oh, you sound so cute!
If this place not serve our purpose, then we shall go to Ishgard. Minfilia told me many times,
As long as we stand fast against despair, the beacon of hope will never be lost to sight. Be it in the snow or in the clouds, we few will see that the dawn's light shines again.
Don't kick it.
You are right, Tataru. Thank you. And thank you for your kind words, Lord Orchefon.
It's so cute. Why would you kick it? And it's a she.
Eorzea yet has her guardians. The Scions have achieved much, and 'twould be remiss of me to discard it all in a fit of self-pity.
Good, now drink your tea/hot
Let us
cocoa.
then resume our journey, together, one step at a time.
Considering that I didn't get to enjoy the feast, some food would be welcome too. But I suppose I take the drink, that's nice enough. Ah! There we go. A credit. Remember when I said that we're gonna have credits again? Well, after the credits again, we're gonna have credits again. Are you listening to it in a different language? If you're listening to it in English, then no, they're the same voice actor. But Alpinode's voice, multiple voice actors actually changed. Are you at the end of Stormblood's story? Ah. We get this song again. There is one more place when you can get this song, and that is the end of Coils. Then no, it's just the fact that their voice actors do change multiple times during this game. I increased the sound. I think I should increase the sound again. I like this song. And amazingly, YouTube has not copyrighted me over this.
Shining is the land's light of justice. Ever flows the land's well of purpose.
You know that guy that's also there in like the end of Realm Reborn that you fight against in that 8-man dungeon? His voice actor, if you listen to him at that point and you listen at him at the end of Stormblood, is a different voice actor as well. And they're often swapping to unknown voice actors and giving them popularity. We're not skipping the credits until the song ends. It's a 7-minute song, you can get some tea. My blue is level 38 right now. My husband does sometimes. I wouldn't say fanboy. He does like Matt Mercer. Yeah, I do blue in like between other things. And nobody in my free company is a fan of blue. A wee crush. Answer together. Dragon Song, Heavensward main theme is pretty good too. Fleeting moment. Unfortunately, I never learned the lyrics to it. You also can sorta hear it at the end of 1.0 when they were shutting down the servers. No. I was being taught piano and singing when I was about 10 years old, but I'm bad at both. And battle theme. Battle themes also change depending on the expansion. Yeah, I was being forced to learn the piano since I was about the age of 4. Which didn't turn out very well because, well, I was being forced. You can't instill an interest into somebody by trying to force them to learn something, and the opposite happens. I feel like blue is the roleplay class, isn't it? Especially with how many ways you can suicide. And this part, I have never heard this part of the music. It must be from somewhere. Or is it just used for one sequence of credits? I swear they made this part of the music just for the credits. Character creation theme. I think at one point this was a main menu theme as well. Because I have it on my orchestrion roll. I don't even know what that picture means. Let's see, dragony looking guy. Samurai looking guy. White mage. Think that is that a warrior? That looks more like a warrior than that does. Do you mean the Discord? I'm kind of really enjoying being able to talk with people, especially with people on the Final Fantasy XIV channel. I feel like I have information to share. Though General is actually really fun to just drop by and have fun with a lot of people. I'm following the live notifications to see if anything goes live that I actually like. And I missed one person. They went live with Pokemon today, but they were only live for like 1 hour, so by the time I came there I was like, oh, it's gone now. You mean that? Could be. I mean, would that actually be her form? As I never saw her as a human. Oh! Yeah, it's kind of nice. I dropped by to see the topics that people are chatting about. People don't chat that often. Which is a bit sad. I gave a few suggestions though. And I saw like a big post about something today that I yet to respond to. Because I really love big posts. There's a lot to respond to that. Does anyone else stream? How is it called? Yeah, Final Fantasy XIV from Streampers. Yeah, no shit, Heidelin is meant to be a woman. We know that much. We should turn down the sound. We turned it up for Dragon Song in particular. I should actually go and press on some links. It's a shame that people post like a few times a day. Because by the time you see the post on friggin' Facebook, it's like 13 hours past and you're like, oh, that's of use to me. Yes, we will see credits again another time. Ooh. Ooh. Is that asshole still standing there? That asshole is still standing there.
All has been arranged as you desired, my lord.
He growls. As a tiny man, he growls. That's a bit scary. Hey! Yeah, I thought he did. No, wait, that's another one. One of them was without the mask and the other one was with. And that other one was that Raban charged to after that he lost his arm. Oh, hi! Oh! Nabrialis is no more. Yeah, they should do the whole advertisement thing. I like seeing other people's Final Fantasy content. The ardor was not to his invoke. His demise was of his own making. Nevertheless, it concerns me. They have extinguished that which should rightly be eternal. Mayhap he was not wholly mistaken. Greater haste may be warranted. We are of one mind. The northern lands, then. Ah, thank you. The earth is fertile and the seeds well sown, but my will they shall reap salvation unlike any the world has known. By his will. By his will. The Zodiac on the moon! Oh, the theme is delivered again. Like, today I was very lucky to catch my package because I was, like, leaving the house in the store. What did they do with it? I have answered thy summons, emissary. Speak and make thine intent known. I would speak of fate, Archon. Yours, mine, the fate of this very star. That's Urianger, isn't it? That is Urianger. How did he manage to go to the weird Asian prison? Are those places, like, really far apart? Did they actually misdirect you twice? No, I have a character... Oh, thank you! I have a character that's, like, caught up to Shadowbringers. I just haven't recorded her.
Thou thinkest sanctuary lieth beyond.
Yes, me thinketh that the sanctuary lieth beyond.
Delusion. Despair. Death. Thou shalt find naught else here.
Giant castle. Warmth. People. No blades. We're like, oh my, it is a building. I hope that they actually let me through the gates. Preserve the dawn's light. The heroes journeyed north. To preserve. Their hearts filled with hope and eyes fixed Heavensward. Heavensward. Whoa! Oh god, the achievement name. My left arm! The F. So, do you think they're gonna let us in?
The dawn's light will shine again.
That is how mourning works in general, yes.
So long as we have these specious accusations hanging over us, we will struggle to achieve anything. You must go to Ishgard, as Tataru proposed. I will return to Uldar and set things right.
Pray, do not be so hasty, Master Alphino.
Lord Orchiffon.
Full well do I understand your desire to clear your names. But now is not the time for drastic action. You yet have allies upon whom you can rely.
Oh god.
There's no need to act alone.
That is so mean. I remember that one person that roleplays as a tablecloth. And in Odin, we actually had one person that just stayed dead in the golden saucer the whole time. You would just be dead in the golden saucer for no good reason. You was just there. Satoru is like, come with us! Come with us!
Yes. Yes, of course.
Pray
forgive my impatience.
If it's a Rogadin, I think the whole Lalafell could probably raid a womb.
I bring tidings. Count Edmond has decreed that the three of you be taken in as wards of House Fortan.
Ooh.
Under our patronage, you shall be granted access to the city proper.
Away!
Pray, consider our manor your new headquarters, from which you may gather information and plan how best to proceed. Needless to say, should any of your missing allies be found, as I am certain they shall, they will of course be welcome to join you there.
Aw, Shafant is so nice. He's such a nice man.
You are more than generous, my friend. On behalf of my fellows, I humbly accept your offer of hospitality.
Don't spoil it for anyone else. And I think I'm gonna be upset again when I get there. And yeah, why is he carrying around the level 1 shield?
Good man and just. He will treat you with the kindness and respect that a hero and dear friend deserves.
To Ishgard, then. Together.
Together!
There we shall carry on the Scion's legacy. There we shall begin anew.
Here, here!
Oh, she speaks again, it is so cute. And I'm big enough to carry both by hand. I must go on ahead and speak with the Count. Fear not, however, for everything has been arranged. The sentries at the gates of judgment have been informed of our decision. You need but state your names and they will allow you to pass. My manservant shall be waiting for you at the city gates, ready to escort you to our manor, where we shall meet again. Until then. Yeah, I think they will just let us through the gates. And I don't want to enter it this episode, because I want it to, like, divide nicely on entering. So, what we could do... the last half an hour, praying that my husband don't return early, because that will be a bit awkward. Morudonu! Where's my donut? I need to go and do a dungeon. I had a dungeon day that went really badly because my stream software fucked up and I was like running at 10 FPS. But I wanna unlock a few more of them. And I like how the blasted crystal blades are just like standing here. But because everyone has memory lapses when it comes to me, nobody notices! Which is a good thing. Ultimate ballad. Oh, the ultimate ballad is like a trial. Out of sight, out of hole. Hmm? Oh, I remember this one. It's kind of pretty.
Incoming host. Incoming host.
Oh my. I'm being roasted. Thank you! Hello! You're magnanimous munchkins by the onion. I was hoping that you come by. Oh, that sounds really bad. I've got a message from an old friend of mine. Needs your help for an important task, he says. It's highly confidential business, so I can't give you his name. Let's just say he's well known in Limsa. Odds are you'll recognize him. Any road, I'm not at liberty to divulge anymore. If you're in mind to take on the task, head over to Limsa and seek out a bloke named Dunstan. That's not my friend, mind you, but he's one of my men. I like how he specified that he's not a friend of a bloke named Dunstan. Hey, Mabus. How do you pronounce your game? Mabus? That's very English, isn't it? Like, Mabus would be Lithuanian way. And that almost sounds like my bus. Okay, we need to go up. So up we go. Yeah. Mabus! Yay! Is it a bus that goes down in May? Is it anything to do with the month May? I mean, I know what games are. Because I stole this name from Harry Potter. It's a Lithuanian translation of name Myrtle. And I don't think I can pronounce the English version of it. Are you like standing directly underneath? Yeah, you probably are. That keeps on happening with me and Limsa. Like, there's an NPC that just stands under the bridge and you're like, where are you? Oh, fair enough. That's a lot more sophisticated. You're magnanimous munchkins, are ya? The chief will be pleased that you came. Now time's the essence, so I'll be straight to business. During your travels, might be as you heard tell of Miss Beard, the legendary pirate. Hells, I'll be surprised if you hadn't heard of the bloke. You saw in Limsa and don't know of his exploits. Nary a ship on the 5 seas was safe from Miss Beard's grasp. Not even the golden fleet of Old Ah. But one day, at the height of his notoriety, the man vanished without a trace while sailing the Rotano. Since then, rumors spread that Miss Beard left behind a treasure trove of plunder. Folk believe it's somewhere out there just waiting to be plucked like a ripe fruit. Your task pertains to that treasure. I'll take over from here, Dunstan. I don't know. I mean, I would like to at least have the viewers to hit affiliate. I mean, that would be nice. But I am restreaming directly to YouTube as well, where most of my subscribers are, and these are normally most of the people that even talk to me. So I would lose that. So that would be a bit sad, and I would need to somehow like do announcements on YouTube like drop by and then upload a day later, which would be a bit a nuisance. But if I could actually have a career on Twitch, I would totally do that. Chief! Yes, it's a chief. Greetings, my friend. It's been a while since you sent Leviathan to the bottom of the Indigo Deep. Before I begin, let me make it clear that I do not request your aid in the capacity of Storm Marshal. Nay, the matter is purely private. With that detail established, I shall continue Dunstan's tale. For a time, folk had lost interest in Miss Beard's cache. Such was its elusiveness. But recent developments have treasure hunters across the realm stirring anew. South of Wilbrand, upon the Roto Sea, there lie the Sildalis. Along the fringes of these remote islands, there is an expanse of water into which few ships dare venture. Nature has conspired to perpetually shroud the area in heavy mist. A man can hardly see his own hand in front of him. Yeah, I mean, that is one reason why I didn't abandon Final Fantasy. I'm like, I want to do this game even though it's a really bad idea, goddammit. But I kind of lost the hope to ever get followers playing it. Because outside of today, which was like amazing, thank you. Like, outside of today, after I stopped streaming Wildstar because the game has died, but thankfully I finished every zone and that zone's story, so that's recorded and that's set in stone, and I'm very glad that I did that. But after it died, so did my growth. So I kind of just resorted to writing this off as... Yeah, I'll never... Oh. Thank you. I kind of just resorted to writing it off as, I'll never grow with Final Fantasy, but I will do Final Fantasy, god damn it. So here I am doing Final Fantasy. Be it by accident or intent, countless vessels have entered the mist, never to be seen again. Over the years, some few survivors have washed ashore with tales of an island hid within, which appeared without warning to smash their ships into flotsam. So it was that the legend of Hullbreaker Isle was born. In the wake of the calamity, however, it came to be that the mist would lift under certain conditions, and as luck would have it, on one such day, a merchantman mistakenly sailed straight into that area. The ship eventually came upon a deserted isle, where it made an astonishing discovery. The Har, Miss Beard's own flagship, lying broken within the cove. I like being happy. Oh, that was just a stupid statement to make. Though he yearned to explore the wreck, the captain wisely chose to return to familiar waters before the mist could regather. Upon returning to Limsa, he forbade his crew from revealing the discovery to a single soul, but word inevitably spread, as is often the way of such things. Even as we speak, treasure hunters are scrambling to find a way to the legendary Hullbreaker Isle, that they might claim Miss Beard's cache. I would have you get there before they do, Magnanimous, and retrieve a single object from the Har, a golden coffer bearing Miss Beard's crest. The chief would do the job himself. Him being Storm Marshal is like to attract unwanted attention. That's why he wants you to go in his stead. So long as he bring back what he asks for, you're welcome to keep whatever else you find. Though I make my request off the record, I must impress upon you that the matter is of grave import to our nation's future. I shall be praying for your success. To be fair, it probably is a good idea that you're making requests off the record, considering that Brass Blades apparently currently are looking for me everywhere, but I think everybody forgot how I look, so that's good. Now no doubt you're wondering how you're to get to the island. I got a ship moored on the Morbid dry docks. Meet me there when your preparations are in order, and I'll ferry you over. That's in Costa del Sol, isn't it? Wait, where is it? Oh no. But teleporting is still closer. I remember there being a docks in Costa del Sol, but... No, this one's in like... Oh god, I'm bad with regions. Lower? Yeah, lower Lenosia. There's a middle, and there's I think a higher. There's also a lot of fun places in the Black Shroud. But it's, instead of being high, low, and middle, it's like north, south, east, west. Everything in order? Then let's get you over to Hullbreaker Isle before it's swarmed with scavengers. I'll get us there in one piece, never you fear. I've been keeping an eye on the weather, and I know exactly when the mist will clear up. When you arrive, make your way to the wreck of the Har. Miss Beard's coffer is bound to be somewhere inside. As for how you're supposed to get back afterwards, I'm sure you'll figure something out. The resourceful venture that you all... I'll be waiting for you, Nubza. Hey. Oh yeah, I remember testing it quite, fast. Will this open the duty finder? I think it will. Yeah. Look what being a tank does! I'm actually... I like the fact that I enjoy playing support. Because if I didn't, then... this would be a lot more problematic. I probably capped on poetics. I accidentally capped on them on my main character and I should actually be spending them, but... I hope I'm not on this one. I kind of will need level 60 gear too. Hello. Why type high when you can use the exact amount of symbols to type an arm raise? Oh, and then you revisit it in hard later. I could be like, first time here, hee hee, but not really. But if something goes wrong, you can always have that excuse. The shield? This? Oh, cool, we're not capped on poetics, we're good. Normally, people like sneak a little bit through the above. But thanks, Stance, I might need it. Just to actually want to fight as little things as possible. Okay, this train wreck just moved like far enough. Any further and it might end badly. And why do you insist on staying away? Ah, now that oh, good. Good! You're all piled up. Oh my god, that was a hornet. That was a hornet. And funnily enough, you can also get that in as a blue mage. Okay, you're not provoked. All of you are now. Monkey. Monkey. I'm gonna do Alexander raids on normal, I think. I'm doing coils with my friends. I wanna show off content, but I don't know if I wanna like do consistent raid streaming because it can get annoying. Not as much to the audience, but as much as to your raid group. I made our healer feel bad. And I feel really bad about that. So he doesn't play with us anymore. Oh yeah, the holding yourself at 1 HP. I would have used it if I knew that there was a hornet friggin' doing the final sting thing. I know that there are some monkeys on the bridge. Okay, we have 4 hornets at the moment. One of them died. Pretty sure one of them died. This one's losing health faster than the other ones, so hopefully if anything casts final sting, it's gonna be the one in front of me. Okay, you're dead, so no final sting from you, thankfully. What about you? Oh god, my legs. Or rather, my leg. I tend to use my legs as a chair. Because my legs go up like that. The unfortunate thing is try sitting on your ankles for too long. Your ankles do not appreciate you. But it's so comfy at the start! Well, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be for most people, but it is. Okay, let's kill you off because that big monkey is gonna be a boss. I should have drawn to here, but I saw friggin' 3 hornets and I was like, if one can kill me, we don't want to get final sting 3 times. Final sting 3 times, just not very fun. Aw, they actually called him Sasquatch. Never paid attention to his name, I just thought that he eats bananas. That's all I remember of him. They could have called him Donkey Kong and I wouldn't have noticed. No! That would be quite the image, I think. Somebody with chubby ankles. Like, no other body part, just the ankles. Aw, you dropped the banana so early. Oh, it's gonna be so nice. The moment I enter in Heavensward until we get into any instance, because I'm already level 50 freaking 3, I'll be able to actually have a damage stance. It's gonna be amazing. Not even your feet, which would create a very interesting image. Probably collect the small monkeys. I mean, I don't think that my people really want to die. Wouldn't be very nice now, would it? Yeah, you just like oversize specific parts of the body. I actually loved Ark's character creator. I own Atlas, but I haven't actually tried Atlas yet. For I have heard how broken it is. These coffers turn into enemies, so I should actually open them. If they turn into an enemy, they will drop like the item that you need to unlock the next door. In some other places, coffers like that are just mimics. Like full-on Dark Souls mimics, so you don't open them at all. In this place, they actually drop something that you need, so you do open them at all times. Okay, my ankle has rested now, and much more comfy. And a lot less painful. That's nice. Is it because it's so huge? Because Ark is like good 300 gigs. And so is Atlas. Oh, was Ark like 100? I forgot. It was fairly huge anyway. Comparison, Final Fantasy is like 10 gigs. That little place over there has some important coppers as well. No, this one. This one. And this one! Hooray! Pleasure to make acquaintance. Oh god, all the tiny Nankas. Now everything follow me. We have bigger things to worry about. including a few more snacks and a few more coffers. Yeah, I think the healer will consider me insane, and I do not blame them. If they were a white mage, ouchie, they could have just done a few holies. Bit much is an understatement. Wait a minute, are you holding... Yeah, you are. Did you kill every... No, you didn't. Try running, yeah, this direction. Cast slot for something that has wisdom on it, yeah. Not very wise of me. Okay, so we have one treasure coffer that way. And everything from over there. And no more Nankas. They're an astrologian, they can't do that. Just healed themselves, I think. You mean those like platforms over there? Yeah, it's pretty nice. They so naughty! Well, they do spawn like a lot of tiny things when you like make them explode. Which are probably their babies. Bit gross, really. Imagine being forcibly birthed because your mother has just died. Aww, is that your Christmas package? My mother orders me food for Christmas in large quantities, and then I'm like, I don't have to do significant food shopping for a week. Oh my god. One here. And you. And you. And you. You know, if I didn't have that nice big leaf, nobody would tolerate my complete idiocy. I know that some healers were like on my main, you should take off that mentor status. And it's like, why? Because I derp. Oh, when you were traveling back. We got some Christmas giftsies from... How is it? Yeah, Fizzle's parents. And we're like, oh cool, we're gonna use this for food shopping. Such an exciting life we lead. Like, oh thank you, it will help cover the bills. You should get yourself something nice, like savings. Okay, this guy makes bubbles. That's about the most I remember. I mean, he goes in and you stand inside a bubble, and if you stand inside a bubble too soon, then it's not very good because your bubble explodes at the wrong time. Plus, you can't really do anything while in the bubble. That was the wrong time to use a bubble. But I suppose you just really like being in there. Okay, they're returner and there's another leaf over there. They do not necessarily know the fight. Should remember that. Me or an Arb? Not really. My grandparents would have loved for me to learn Russian, because it was one of the choices at school. But I instead took German, and I kid you not, I remember nothing of German. Arba, can you speak Russian? I'm just like tracking two chats at the same time because I can see it, so like on the screen. So if the two chats are like chatting together, that also makes kind of slight sense. So I try to discern what is directed towards me and what is directed towards you. Did your parents also want you to take on Russian school? Because of a former Soviet country. Oh. Great knowledge! Very useful. Especially the I don't speak Spanish bit. I know Lithuanian and English well. And I know a little bit of German. Wait, did he die or did he... No, he freaking went underground. God damn it, bastard. He has like 1 HP. I just poke it. Like that. We had a choice between Russians, German and French. And then when I went to another school, later on, it was a private school, there was a teacher that tried to convince everybody that Chinese is important, yo. But I don't think that he ever has collected enough students to have a class. But that was like their option. They're like, most people in the world speak Chinese, and it's like, yes, and most people that speak Chinese are unfortunately also in China. Yes, trading with China can be important, but very few people will be doing that. I was a bit too late to actually choose it at that point. I was on my last grade. And in Lithuania, most people go, yeah, I should learn Russian just in case. Just in case Russia comes back. Even my grandmother was like, well, what if they're gonna invade again? And then you don't understand what your invader is speaking of. And then you're gonna be in the right pickle. If you can understand what they're saying, you can get yourself out of the hostage situation, which, you know, sounds really grim, but still. There's sometimes a pet in that chest. I have seen it once. It was because you were afraid that the Germans were gonna invade. Ah! Naughty Nanka. See, I told you that there's a pet there sometimes. Well, she did grow up with Soviet Union all her life. So a lot of old people are like that, and then new people are like, nah, we don't want to learn Russian, and then old people are a bit upset. The fact that Ukraine is having an ongoing, like, war with Russia just kind of confirmed the fears of my own, you know, country. So a lot of people are like even doing Ukrainian money drives to like help them out in there and stuff. When their war broke out, a lot of our people went there with like Lithuanian flags to try and help out and to show support. I don't know what kind of help a flag can do in a war, but still. You see, socialism and communism are while on the same side. Like, one is extremely extreme. The other one we use a little bit in most of Europe. Especially with the healthcare is for all and schools are for all. I think most Europeans couldn't actually imagine not having education or hospital services as a right. And while Americans, you know, go, oh, somebody has to pay for it. Everybody kind of crowd pays for it with taxes. And then people go, oh, but what if I don't want my taxes to go to other people? And it's like, yeah, but it's a trade-off. And if you kind of grew up with that trade-off, you kind of just like consider it as a very normal thing. So yeah, parts of it is like pure capitalism. You don't want pure capitalism either. But you don't want to be on the extreme side of either of the coin. So the extreme side of capitalism would be corporatism. Ooh, wait. No, I didn't want to go here. Never mind, I'll hit on this arm. This boss is essentially just kill 10 arms. I hope that somebody killed... Yeah, they did. Good. Oh, wait. Are you gonna pick me up or are you gonna pick some... Oh. You tossed me a teammate. I think you tossed me a teammate. Did you leave any hurricanes behind? No, you didn't. Safe for me to go here. Hello, arm. Quite amazing that I wasn't receiving healing for a while, I think, but I'm not dead. Oh, I'm gonna drop a hurricane. Now all we have left is the tentacles. Oh, how cute, they have tentacles. Really wish that he would bring it to a different area, but I think that the tentacle is going somewhere else, so it's okay. Wait, whoopsie. Okay, the hurricane's still there. Yeah, I saw that. Don't go over there when the hurricane's exploding. That is like the uber bad idea. Yeah, I experienced a lot of like the negative side of, you know, post-Soviet Unionism, so I don't think communism would ever work. Socialism is quite nice, though. I can't imagine my life without at least part of it. Oh! Hooray! Squishy thing is mine. Now we have something else to follow, as this is Eorzea. Well, we do have some other pets, but I don't think that we have a lot. Yay! Big dying octopus floating on rainbows. Is it? I mean, why am I asking you? It kinda is. But at the same time, my people over there are like, oh, it's not that bad if you can like find a good job in the capital. And you would be a lot better off than you are in England. But at the same time, my English husband wouldn't adapt very well. There are some bits that are like literally driving me insane. Hey, Callum Copping. To do with money. One is the fact that I really do wanna dream of owning your own place, having a child, and that owning your own place bit, a lot of people that came generation after me no longer expect it, because like 70 or 80% of all people are renting. But my generation feels like that's like the natural progression, and a lot of us can't actually get there. So it's like, it drives you a bit kooky. If I never grew up with that expectation, I would probably feel a little different. But at the same time, my family is like, do not worry, do not worry. You'll have that somehow. I will make sure of it. But that's mostly just my grandmother, and I swear she has some sort of mafia relations, because she's like, I will procure the money in my lifetime. You're gonna see that. I'm like, that sounds a bit creepy, Grandma. I don't think you have where from. And she's like, oh, I have connections. And then I tell her that I would love to have those connections myself, so that my kid would be provided for eventually when I have one. And she's like, oh, do not worry. You're gonna make them in your own lifetime. Good to see you back in one piece with Miss Beard's coffer, no less. Let's have a look at it then. The lock's still intact, and there is no sign it's been tampered with. You did good, Venture. The chief's been right pleased. And indeed he is. I knew you wouldn't disappoint me, my friend. You have my gratitude. Now, you're curious as to the contents, I do not doubt. Having risked your life and limb to retrieve the coffer, you more than earned the right to the knowledge. The coffer holds the secret to Miss Beard's identity. Is it a parrot? Is it a dead parrot? Oh, it's a mask. Is it a... Yeah, it is a mask. That isn't your face, is it? You didn't just go a bit grey. Menacing, is it not? This mask, my friend, has been worn by all the individuals who have borne the name Miss Beard. I, Miss Beard, was not one man, but many. For generations, both name and mask have been inherited by those deemed worthy. And so the legend continued. But now the legend will come to an end, for the last Miss Beard have found a new purpose in life. One woman and her dream of a brighter future for Limsa. As you know, ours is a nation founded by pirates. It is a Leminsan blood to desire to be his own master, to reject authority and to take what he wants. Some among us believe that piracy is a time-honored tradition, but so long as we cling to this tradition, we will never know lasting prosperity. These were the woman's words, and Miss Beard saw wisdom in them. He swore to do all in his power to make her dream a reality. In the future, she envisioned, there is no place for pirate kings, but in the tales of fishwives. And so Miss Beard has chosen to consign himself and his predecessors to the pages of history. This mask symbolizes an obsolete way of life, yet it is not without power. Should it fall into the wrong hands, another Miss Beard will rise. Hot-blooded Laminsans will gather to his dread banner, and piracy will continue. The mask will never see the light of day again. On this day, the Pirate King Miss Beard draws his last breath, for you're gonna put it to a museum, right? You're not just gonna toss it overboard. Denson, I trust you know what to do. Aye, aye, Chief. Given a bit of time, the rumor's a treasure will fade, just like the mist clearing. somehow do not believe that they're gonna put it to a museum. Which is a shame. All that history going to waste. But, yeah. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Facebook people, for dropping by. I actually do hope that I'm gonna catch your streams as well. I mean, I know the page. I have it there. I should totally drop by and see what's happening. And next time, what I'm gonna continue, we're gonna travel to Heavensward. If I do not gonna get my migraine, then that's gonna be tomorrow. If I will get my migraine back, that's gonna be some other time. Thank you for watching! Oh, that would be such an awesome thing. And yeah, I had a lot of fun. You made this fun. Thank you.